Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And today's video, I just wanted to cover how to go about making multiple candles in one batch when you're using your own blended fragrance oil. So this can work on whether you're blending 2 oils, 3 oils, 4 oils, however many different fragrance oils that you are blending to create your own custom blend. It's very simple once I go through the steps, but I just wanted to take you through everything right here. So step 1 is that you have to know how much fragrance oil and wax it takes to make one of your candles. I do have a video that I will link in a card above right here that walks you through the entire candle math formula and how to figure out exactly how much fragrance oil and wax to use to make one of your candles. But just as an example, I will go over it in this video as well. So as an example, if you want to make a candle in an 8-ounce jar that has a fill weight of 6 ounces and you want to use 10% fragrance oil, this is how you would figure out the formula for one of your candles. So right here, what you would do is you would do 6, which is the fill weight of your candle. You would do 6 divided by 110%. The 10 is coming from the fragrance oil percentage. I don't know why you have to use 100%. I get that question a lot. It's just what the formula is, so that's how I follow it. So this is in ounces, and yes, I typically do everything in grams, but for this video, we are sticking with ounces to make it less steps. So 6 divided by 110% equals 5.45 ounces. What this is telling you is this is going to be the wax weight that you will need for one of your candles. And then all you're going to do is just find the difference. So you are going to take that fill weight of 6 and subtract that wax weight to be able to get your fragrance oil weight. So for this equation, it is going to take 5.45 ounces of wax and 0.55 ounces of fragrance oil to fill up your container that is an 8-ounce jar, but in this case has a fill weight of 6 ounces and has a 10% ratio of fragrance oil to wax. And again, if that was at all confusing to you or rather quick and you're not following, please go watch that video. I break everything down step by step and make it very simple and easy for you to understand. Now, step 2 is you need to figure out what fragrance oils you want to blend together and the percentages you want to use of each of them. And a hint that I put right here is that the percentage of each fragrance oil is 100% up to you. There is no right or wrong. You just need to make sure that it adds up to that 100%. So in this case, we are going to be using 50% mango and coconut milk and 50% Macintosh apple. So right here, you are actually going to take that equation that we were just looking at. So we are going to go based off of this number right here. So this 0.55 fragrance oil weight, that is the number that you want to be focusing on when you are determining your percentages for your fragrance oil. So in this case, what we would want to do if we wanted to do an equal 50-50 blend of each fragrance oil, all you would do is divide this number by 2 so that you had half going towards one oil, half going towards another oil. So in this case, you would use 0.275 ounces each of mango and coconut milk and Macintosh apple. So now that we figured out the numbers that we need in order to make one candle, now we can figure out how to make multiple candles in one batch. So to make more than one candle at a time, all you do is multiply both the fragrance oil and the wax weight by the number of candles you want to make. So in that same example of 5.45 ounces for the wax weight and 0.55 ounces for the fragrance oil weight to make one candle, you would multiply both of those numbers by however many candles you want to make. So for an example, if you want to make 5 candles in one batch, you would just multiply both of those numbers by 5, and now these are your new numbers. So you would use 27.25 ounces of wax and 2.75 ounces of fragrance oil. So now all you would do is you would just do that same 50-50 blend with this new fragrance oil weight for the 5 candles. So you would multiply that fragrance oil weight for 1 candle by 5, which would give you 2.75 ounces of fragrance oil. And this is the new number that you will use to determine how much of each fragrance oil you will use to make those 5 candles. So in this instance, all you would do is just divide that number by 2 because we want 50% mango and coconut milk, 50% Macintosh apple. So that gives us 1.375 ounces of each fragrance oil. Now, this works no matter how many different fragrance oils you are blending together. If you have 3 fragrance oils you are blending together, multiply this number by 33% to figure out how much of each fragrance oil you want to use. If you don't want to do an even amount of all fragrance oils, let's say you want to do 50% mango and coconut milk and then 25% Macintosh apple, 25% vanilla, you would just multiply that number by whatever percentage you want to assign to each fragrance oil, and then that is your new weight for the fragrance oil. Just make sure that each of those fragrance oil weights equal this total amount and you are totally fine. And it's just an extra little step that you will be doing to blend those fragrance oils together if you want to do your own custom blends. But I really hope that this helped to clear things up and helped you understand how to make multiple candles in one batch when you're using your own blended fragrance oils. If you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, please leave it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you in my next video.